Hey guys, it's Marnie here. I wanted to introduce you to one of my all-time favorite places to go to not only find topics to write about on my blog, but also to increase my exposure and to establish myself as an expert. Who knew, right? Some of you may already know Quora, but most of you, I'm guessing, have not, in fact, explored it much. So here we are, we're on the homepage, Quora.com, and I've already registered or logged in. Whenever you create a profile on Quora, you can actually specify your areas of interest, okay, and your areas of expertise. So you can see over here, I know business planning, Montessori education, business strategy, and so on. You can give an overview of your background. I have not filled this in as well as I could, so just bear with me there. You can put a nice little profile pic, description, and a link to your website, and also your social links, which is great. This is your feed. You can see the answers that you've provided, the questions you've provided. I just started this profile officially last week, so I don't have much going on here, but that's okay. I'm psyched about it because I'm being thoughtful about it, and soon enough there will be loads in my feed. Okay, so here are the top stories for me. You can pass on it or you can answer on it. I want to have kids, but only to experiment with them psychologically. Like, seriously? No. As a teacher, what do you do when you notice two students like each other? Well, I don't know. I'm not really qualified, and I don't really care about that stuff. What is this loveliest thing a child has ever said to you? I actually did answer this because I had a pretty awesome experience a couple of years ago. So this is just an example. This is a feed. So some things you're just going to want to automatically pass, but like this, which blog is the cutest blogger blog? Seriously? Okay. But you can follow all these people, which is great. So you can discover people to follow because there's a lot of good information out there. I mean, this is an interesting one. At what point should a parent cave in to give their child what they want? Okay, I'm not qualified to answer that, so I'm going to pass. But if you're a parenting blogger, you could not only answer it, but you could create a blog post around that question. Now you can see it's only 14, right? So it's not like it's a super popular topic. But to give you an example, this is pretty popular. Look at this, upvotes 20,000, over 20,000 upvotes, right? Tons of comments. You can share it, you can tweet it, you can also respond to it, you can answer it, you can just engage, and you know that this topic is something that people respond to. So you could actually create a blog post around the loveliest thing a child has ever said to you, which is kind of nice. You could do it around a Mother's Day, around a holiday, a birthday, or so on. Let's see. So if we go so you can read, you can answer. So these are the questions that Quora has actually put into my feed. So I really don't even have to do much work here. So I'm following blogging, and since I have indicated that I know something about blogging, they've put this in my feed. Many of the images I had in my WordPress blog post disappeared. How do I get them back? Well, I might be able to answer that with a little bit of research, but not really, so I'm going to pass on that. How can I find blogs in my niche, my journey to becoming famous? That's pretty funny. I could probably answer how can I find blogs in my niche, but I'm not sure about this last little bit here, so I'm going to pass on that. How do I find content ideas for blogs? I can absolutely answer that. In fact, I have a whole blog post on it. So I will go ahead and answer that. I won't do it right now. I'll go ahead and answer that. You see, it's not super, super popular, but it was also just asked 11 hours ago. So keep that in mind. So as you can see, there's not only a ton of questions here across the board that you could answer, but you also could get really, really good ideas for your content, okay? This is funny. Is there a habit of kidnapping? Okay, I don't need that. Let's see, I can't really answer these. Let's see. What is the technical research result in a business plan? I could answer that. What are the important questions in a business plan? I absolutely could answer that. But again, it's not a super popular one, so I'm not sure if I really, really want to spend my time on that. Montessori education, there's a ton in here that I can answer. What is a Montessori teacher's career like? I could totally answer that to some extent. I could answer these questions. What are some contributions of Maria Montessori? Again, they're not super popular, so I could make the effort to answer, but really, I might just want to lift those ideas because this is something people are interested in. What are the signs that suggest a child will enjoy Montessori learning? That's a good question. Might as well write a whole blog post about it. Parenting, okay? Can a good and bright child do something horrible in anger? Oh my goodness, I could so answer that. I can answer a lot of these, right? As we all could. The sensory processing disorder. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying here. If you go back here into parenting, these are the top stories in parenting, okay? So these are the stories that you might want to consider answering to if you feel like you are an expert in that area. Or you may want to borrow the topic, okay? How do you teach children to differentiate between cleverness, intelligence, and wisdom? That is fantastic. I do want to point out that in some cases here, this guy or girl, I can't really tell, Joss, probably a woman, she may have actually posed that question and then answered it herself. You're allowed to do that. So if you're trying to get into a new area of blogging, a new niche like I am with business planning for bloggers, I might want to ask a question specifically around that and answer it myself and see how many folks engage in it. What is the best advice your mother ever gave to you? That is a very, very popular one, right? So that would be a great blog post for a parenting blog. How do children deceive their parents? Again, what controversial advice have people given their children? So that is a very popular one. What are some unique, effective ways to discipline a child? All of these are fodder for your blog. So you can either write about this, or you can answer it, or you can engage. Regardless, you're increasing your exposure. You're getting super creative, unique ways to access what is the popular content within your niche. What should you and what you need to be writing about in order to truly engage and reach your audience? So these are all great questions. And here's blogging. So how do I improve my social media presence? Okay, I can answer that. There's a lot of things in here that I could answer, and I could start establishing myself as an expert within blogging. So guys, I hope you found this useful. I highly recommend Quora. This is not an affiliate association here. It's just a rock solid place to find great content for your blog, to establish yourself as an expert, and just to have fun and see what people are thinking about and what people are interested in. Don't go down the rabbit hole, though. That's my one piece of advice. Until the next time, bye, friends.